Dig it? All right, let's rehearse it one more time. Yeah?
All right, we're back and towards West Lakes Boulevard. This time we're coming out of the island onto West Lakes Boulevard and heading towards the beach. Still on the island at the moment, but heading in a westerly direction towards West Lakes Shore, which is very much part of the West Lakes development as well, and as was parts of Tennyson. And in fact, the first sales and information centre was in West Lakes Shore, and there were properties along the bank of the main boating lake, which we're just going over the bridge now on West Lakes Boulevard, just exiting the island, heading in that westerly direction. Beautiful, still out there today, a lot of activity on the water. There's and towards these areas which are were also in many instances released by Delphin. This is the section which is between Military Road and the beach, otherwise known by many people as the Coastal Strip. And contained in those cul-de-sacs are some of the larger and grander homes of the area. West Lakes Shore, in this particular instance, the dunes over here on the right-hand side, Dune Court, properties in there can range up to $2, $3, even $4 million is possible for the very best of them. On our left-hand side, Annie Watt Circuit here, still part of West Lakes Shore. The building just there on the left-hand side was the original Sales and Information Centre for West Lakes Limited, and the car park is still open land there. When people were first buying land in West Lakes, some of the land here was amongst the first to be released, and people got it very wrong in how they would build for the lakefront. I saw some homes where they build a Cape Cod or something, and then you go out the middle of the back of the house, which is on the lakeside, and that'd be the laundry. And of course, as time went by, people were going, hang on a sec, they're lakefront homes, that is, you front to the lake. So as we pass these homes on our right hand side, there's fences that tend to shield them, there's little in the way of presentation to the front because they're looking for private yard there, and on the lake side of the home is where it opens up, and that's where more the front is of the property. More of these properties over time, particularly in this location so close to the beach and what is known as the Coastal Strip, the other side of the road, and certainly a fantastic location with the lake a few metres away, and then if you go the other direction, the sea, and a walk on the beach not that far away either. Typically, the prices for property on the lakefront here, in terms of land prices, etc., well, they just don't come up. But if one were to come up in this sort of location, if someone demolished a house and put it up for sale, you could be talking in the 600s and 700s for a 400 odd square metre block of land to be able to construct your dream home on. Tennyson Heights Court was, you can go and see the Tennyson tour, by the way, which is not a bad idea. That was our first tour. We're very proud of it. It's had lots of hits, so take a look at that. All you need to do is click here, and that will take you to our tour, and I'm sure you'll enjoy that. But Tennyson has its own identity, but it also tends to blend a little bit with West Lakes, particularly along this stretch of road of Military Road here. Coming up to a section of reserve here where you get a better vista of the width of the lake and the length of it, etc. We're coming up towards the end of West Lakes, or at least the lake. We're in Tennyson still. We're going to take a left-hand tour at Trimmer Parade. Trimmer Parade, just for a short distance, heading back towards the east we will be going. There's the end of the lake on the left-hand side and the starting facility for the races down here. This is where the water comes into the lake, just on our right-hand side, and underneath the road there at Audrey Street. Right underneath the road there's a pipe which is about the height of a man, or a woman for that matter, and it has bars at the other end of it, and if you go out to the beach there, you'll see just off the shore by about 200 metres or so, there's a structure, and underneath that structure and caged is the end of the pipe so that nobody can get access to it. That draws in water at high tide into this end of the lake, and it's from here that the water flows towards the outlet, which is at the Port River end. So the water is constantly refreshed, and in theory, every 4 days or so, a molecule of water will pass from one end of the development to the other. And as you go further and further in, you get to realise that the sea life, etc., that's in the lake is pretty healthy, and there's good fishing to be had, etc., around here. A little shopping centre on the left-hand side of this end of Sportsman's Drive. On our right-hand side, and just behind us, just on the right-hand side, we've got the beginning of the Grange Golf Course, and some of this development on our right-hand side. We're going to head in here in a moment or two onto St Andrews Way. Now, off of St Andrews Way, little cul-de-sacs come off of St Andrews Way that head towards the Grange Golf Course, and each one of them terminates with a little cul-de-sac right up against the fence of the golf course. And this is where some of the prime locations are as well to live in West Lakes. It's not all about the lake. There are other locations which are much enjoyed, and those which abut golf courses, and there's a couple of them. There's the Riverside Golf Course, and of course the Grange one here. And the homes which abut those really have a fabulous view over that really lovely peaceful setting, and occasionally golf ball might come over the fence. However, on balance, it's really just a terrific, quiet and beautiful place to be. You see the bird life out there, etc., and people enjoying that lakefront location. We'll head into one of those just for a moment, just so you get the idea of what I'm talking about. In Merrin Court here, just come right up to the end of it, and you can see just the screening there, but also just across there the pines, etc., the fairways of the golf course, and the houses that abut that, and tend to have rooms which are orientated to take advantage of the view over the golf course. Again, 80s homes typically in this part of development, much sought after, nice and close to West Lakes Mall, so a fabulous position to be in for public transport, for shopping, and for just generally commuting to anywhere from Adelaide through to North Haven. You're sort of centrally located. More reserves you find around West Lakes. There's quite a lot of them. Some of them challenged due to water restrictions, but I understand the council's working at that at the moment, looking for ways to make sure that they're kept green. Across the lake, as we come up to it here, you'll see, I'll just park here for a moment, you'll see a number of townhouse developments or apartment developments over there. For a long time they were all rental, and then in more recent years, because they were part of a portfolio of investments for superannuation purposes and trusts. Now, in more recent times, they've been sold individually, and you see that they've been rendered and improved. And if you go inside them, people have spent a substantial amount of money on improving them internally so that they have greater market appeal. So that's Tennyson over the other side. We're in West Lakes on this side. Back onto Sportsman's Drive and heading back towards the mall and the Amy Stadium, etc. Again, this is another feeder road. You see the odd unit group, Muse here on the left-hand side, for example. There's no homes facing the road out here. This is a feeder road. All the homes face away from these major roads, so that they're feeder roads, not major roads, but they're busy enough that you wouldn't want to have your home necessarily facing it if you had a choice to face the other way. And the intelligent design that was put there, and an award-winning design in the end, because West Lakes was a worldwide award winner, the Prix d'Excellence, which was a award given to the development in France many years ago, in recognition of the quality of the urban design principles that were put in place in here and the execution of them. As you get closer to West Lakes Mall, you see a greater density of housing, more apartments and muses and townhouses, etc. In order that, and it's logical. You get close to these centres, more people want to be close to them for transport, for the convenience, etc. On a private road here for the next couple of kilometres, so it's not a public road, funnily enough. It winds its way alongside the shopping centre here, and yet it's not a public road. It's part of the West Lakes Mall holding. But you see that there's a lot of private residences still here. The apartment buildings on the left-hand side. Lakes Resort Hotel is a great place to stay. Many people come there for the football, etc. There's great dining there. There's the botlo and the pokies if you're interested in that, and there's a couple of venues in there for entertainment, etc. The Cedars on the left hand side, it's got a great location in the centre of the lake, tremendous views. On the right hand side, West Lakes Mall, the David Jones complex, etc. And then over here, vacant block of land where future development will happen. Zach's restaurant in the centre of that group of shops there is a great Greek restaurant with frontage to the lake, and I can highly recommend it as a place to go and enjoy what West Lakes has to offer in the way of views, etc. Just up here on the left-hand side, the Infinity Apartment Complex. It was also an outstanding development, an architectural style, etc. Chinese restaurant on the base of that, other businesses, fitness centres, etc. Also over on the right-hand side, we've got the library. Plenty of undercover parking too in the mall area as well, and I understand that will be due to expand shortly. So that's a nice loop of that end of West Lakes, the Sportsman's Drive end, etc. We'll move on to another part.